Okay, Minorcan Navy, here we go in this Charleston, South Carolina area, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina to be exact, for the annual Blessing of the Shrimp Fleet Festival. And I'm going to take you guys along. Here we've got the Minorcan Mullet kind of dressed up in its Blessing of the Fleet attire with its little rigging set, flagging. We didn't want to appear to be an outsider, so we had to put the decorations up on the boat. And we got out to bring you guys some photos and some video. And we got the drone up as well, so I think you guys are probably going to enjoy this. But a good day. These boats are out of Shem Creek. Shem Creek's in Mount Pleasant, and that's the area where the shrimp boats that work there, they tie up. This is where they process their catch, and it is a wonderful area. We're going to have some more videos coming up about our trip to Charleston and that Shem Creek area. I think you guys will enjoy. But we followed the fleet out, and most of the boats were able to participate. One of them was back in port. They were had some maintenance issues going on, and they were working on the boat. They weren't able to get out, but we did tag along with those that made it out. Captain BTS here, there on the other side of the green boat, that's the Magwood Pride. What a neat event. And I gotta tell you, that Mount Pleasant area does it up right. They had really big turnout, not only on the pier, the spectator pier that's there to see the boats as they come by, but also on the water. Big presence of recreational boaters out taking in the event as well. To see the local fleet as they're being blessed. Caught images of this ship coming in. I want to share this as well. Liquid natural gas powered roll-on roll-off ship. How awesome is it to see that? She was on her way into the port of Charleston. Now the family thing, we did a little video on this boat last time we were up in the Shem Creek area. Beautiful Thompson trawler, still working the waters there in South Carolina, all decorated up. The local law enforcement was on hand. The Ravenel Bridge in the background, you can kind of get a glimpse of that fleet of recreational boats that were here with us for this event. Now, not only did the shrimp fleet participate in this well, there was also some bandit reel boats, fishing boats that were out there as well. Again, all part of the fleet there in the area. It was pretty neat seeing those boats participating as well. Those guys have some pretty long trips. They're fishing pretty far offshore on the live bottom off the coast of South Carolina for their catch. It was really neat to see the whole fleet of boats coming out, not only shrimp boats, but those other fishing boats as well. Now they had another festival, a festival in itself as part of this blessing. We didn't make it up to the festival. Everything we did was kind of contained into the water in that area. Time constraints just didn't allow us to be able to get up and take advantage of what was onshore for the Mount Pleasant area. But we look forward to doing that sometime in the near future and be able to bring you guys some more of that. But we really wanted to get some images of the fleet, of the boats that make up the shrimping industry in that area, in that Charleston, Mount Pleasant area. These guys work long hours to catch some of the finest shrimp in the world and get them served up to the restaurants and suppliers that bring that product to you. Everybody that enjoys those good fresh shrimp. These are the guys that get it done. Now you kind of see the pier area off to the right, and then this is just one bit of the recreational boats who had assembled. We had a priest that was at the end of the pier to do the blessing. And you can see that crowd gathering in the background. Quite a few folks that showed up for the event. I was impressed, and it's good to see the turnout, the local support for these fishermen. Beautiful day on the river. Yeah, and that's an aircraft carrier in the background in Yorktown, there in the Mount Pleasant area. Now some of the recreational boats, we got some images of those coming up from the drone. Good family fun, get out on the boat and enjoy the parade of vessels as they came by for blessing. We enjoy our visits to the area. Of course, we were up visiting with our good buddy Derek Astorino from the Food Boat channel. Derek was helping us film here. Had a little bit of an incident. We're going to discuss that in another video. But very thankful for him being with us and helping to get these images to you guys. Now we're getting really close to the start of the actual blessing event. You can kind of see the skies have begun to get blue. As we started out, it was a little cloudy, but here we go, and things are really shaping up to be a nice day. I want you guys to take a look at this little rig. The Irish Rose. And man, this boat just really captured me when these guys came by. It looks like some guys out having a good time, but what a fun looking little rig to have and be able to get out and do some fishing with. And here you see the boats are beginning to line up, and as they do that, they begin to proceed over to that pier area. Each one would kind of pull up there, not stop at the pier, just kind of float there for a second while the blessing of the boats and crews took place, and then they would move on for the next boat. So the fishing pier here at Mount Pleasant is right alongside the Ravenel Bridge. This is actually the Cooper River. And as the shrimp boats kind of line up to go by that pier, and we got some footage coming up of that area and the spectators there. The last boat that went through the blessing was the Magwood Pride, and one of the really symbolic things about the blessing is they'll toss a wreath into the water and that's for those fishermen in memory of those guys that have lost their lives out on the sea. And of course, you look for the resurrection and the day that the sea shall give up her dead. But it's pretty symbolic, big part of the ceremony here. And this is a religious ceremony that takes place. The priest is out there blessing and the vessels that come by. We've got some images of the crowd, some of the clergy that was up on the pier, part of that ceremony. And then you're going to see that wreath. We got an image of the wreath after it was tossed off the boat. Back at Shem Creek, the fleet was returning. Every one of the boats had invited guests aboard for the trip. It's a day of celebration, and always great to see the fleet together in this event. Guys, we thank you so much for watching, being a part of this special event in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. We'll leave you with a few more images here. And as always, we want to say, you guys be safe out there.